Thank you, Micah. Women interested in a more holistic birth experience may benefit from the care of a midwife. Midwives have helped deliver babies for centuries, but today's modern approach has evolved to fit today's world.
That's right, and our next guests are both certified nurse midwives with WellHealth Women's Specialty Care, DeTie and Charlene Hanna-Manfull. Good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Fascinated by midwifery, right? Fascinated. And what is the biggest difference, you would say, from the approach you guys take to giving birth, not giving birth physically, but helping women give birth, and to an OB-GYN?
Well, as certified nurse midwives, we really strive to take a holistic, more modern approach to deliveries. We see birth as a normal and natural process, so really we strive to not intervene. If we do need to, it's very rare. We also see women from basically puberty to menopause, and in pregnancies, we're experts in low-risk pregnancy and birth, basically, but we can also co-manage for moderate risk with physicians and also our perinatologists.
Yeah.
Now, that was something that was interesting to me, is that you actually work with the hospitals here in Las Vegas.
Is it a modern approach, to midwife?
Right. We have we're on staff at 4 different facilities, hospitals, so we have our own practice that we are obviously associated with, but we're on staff at 4 different facilities, so therefore we have all of the relationships with the physicians there, the perinatologists, the specialists, and the neonatologists, whatever a woman might need.
Right. Growing up, I mean, one day when I have a child, right, it's been one of those things, I would love to have a midwife, right, to help me where I'm submerged in water. These are all visions I've had, right? Submerged in water, it's a much more, you mentioned holistic approach. It seems much more natural for a child to come into this world submerged in water, the help of women around you, correct? Can you talk about the process, what that process is like for this modern approach to midwifery?
Well, I think the difference is once we establish a relationship, it's not so much as to what is the standard, it's what does this woman want and where is she approaching it from in her life. So we connect with them, what are their goals, and we try and get them there. It's a lot of education. Is she in the best health? What can she do? As Charlene mentioned, we're pretty hands-off unless we need to. We're like the plumber that we have our case, but we don't pull it out until we need to. So it's a start from there to see where she's at in her life and where she wants to go and what goals she wants to achieve.
That's nice. You're really working with the person, with the mother. And something you do I thought was interesting on a practical level is you come up with something called a birth plan. Tell me about that.
And really, we're the mom's birth advocate. So together, we jointly kind of formulate a plan as to what their ideal birth situation is going to be. And of course, there's contingencies to that if something should go awry. But we really strive to work towards the birth plan and to really be their advocate to be sure that things are going to happen in the manner that they had envisioned it.
I think there's oftentimes too some misconceptions like, oh, but if I go with a midwife, what happens if the baby undergoes some complications? Then I'm stuck. But in this case, you're in the hospital. Right? What are some other myths that you want to debunk right here on Morning Blend?
Basically, that a lot of people believe that midwives cannot take insurance, which is not true. We take many different, most forms of insurance.
The other is that we only deliver at home. Obviously, we deliver in a hospital setting. 95% of nurse midwives deliver in hospitals around the country. So there is a big formulation. I think that's the other modern push. We have a very professional sense of the medical side, and then we have the traditional sense of the midwifery side. So we are the nice combination of the two. So when you look at what one person's opinion is of a midwife, I don't think we fit the mold.
I thought of another myth, a question I have that would mean a lot to a lot of women, and that's the subject of the epidural. So a lot of people think if you work with a midwife, you can't have an epidural, it's got to be 100% natural. Is that true?
Not at all. And really, some women, that's in their birth plan. They really want the epidural. They know that they want that, but they really like the support of a midwife as well. And so truly, we offer support to women who both want natural births and epidurals, and no judgment there.
No judgment.
Absolutely. Would you have an epidural?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, of course. I mean, I would definitely have one. Would I want to try to go into this as natural as possible? Absolutely.
Right.
But I don't know that pain. But I know as a female, I hear we
Right.
can handle it. There's been millions of women before me who have done this, and I think that would be a beautiful process. I just think for you, what's been the best experience for you guys? What should someone look for when they're looking for a midwife?
Right. Well, at Women's Specialty Care, we are all certified nurse midwives. So what that means is we all hold master's degrees in nursing. We are credentialed by a national credentialing board, licensed by the state. And so, but just not just education and whatnot. You also want to find someone who you mesh with. You know, someone who you like their personality. Your personality, you know, you just jointly kind of appreciate each other, and someone that you trust, which is super important.
It's got to be a very intimate experience. I imagine you become very close with people.
I think that's the most important part that we want to portray, is that it's not just medicine, it's not just having a baby, it's their whole relationship. I have one mom now that I'm going on her 4th baby, you know, and it is I know her husband, I know her mother, I know her kids. It is a relationship from her pap smears to her next birth, and that's a trust, and it's a partnership. I can't tell you what's best for you, you know, and we just strive to get down that road together. And so when there's comfort there and trust there, we have the best outcomes.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's an experience.
Yes.
It sounds
Absolutely.
It really is.
Huh.
It's a neat way to think about it, like a partnership.
Exactly.
Yep.
If you would like to learn more about WellHealth Women's Specialty Care's team of midwives and how they are approaching a modern day of is it wifery or wifery?
Midwifery.
Midwifery. I heard you say it earlier. Here I am calling it midwifery. Oh, so basic. All right. Call the number right there on your screen. You can also visit the website womenspecialtycare.com.